What is going on, guys? So I want to go over the receivers from the NFL Scouting Combine from the other day. We saw quarterbacks, we saw tight ends, and we saw wide receivers. Wide receivers are definitely special in this draft when it comes to route running, and there's a lot of speed in this draft, a lot. Okay, now the 40-yard dash only gets you so much because there's a lot of receivers that run good 40s but cannot run routes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys can run vertically but can't do anything else well. So I think this draft is pretty good at receiver this year when it comes to natural catchability, strong hands, and really good route running. And there's definitely some guys out there that I would definitely go out and pick. Jalen Dotson from Penn State is definitely somebody. You has to keep their eye on him because his stock is rising. Natural catchability, deep threat, strong hands. This guy can do it all. Could find open space, middle of the field. Will get a lot of attention on the field as well. He ran a 4.41, which I thought it was great. So he's got a really quick ability. I think, you have to complement some speed for route running. Like if you don't have a lot of speed, then literally you have to be crafty at the line, and your route running has to be good. Technique is what it's all about when you don't have that much speed. So I think when it comes down to it, he could be a mid to a late first round pick. Could move to the second round if no one really takes a chance on him. But I got to say, his stock should be rising. Jalen Dotson definitely has that deep threat ability and can get it done. So I'm excited for him. Now, Garrett Wilson, we've talked to him on the channel so many times. He ran a 4.38, which I already knew he was going to run in the 4.3s. I already knew it was going to happen. Garrett Wilson is a total stud. As soon as I laid eyes on Garrett Wilson, I said to myself, this could be the guy. This could be the guy for the Philadelphia Eagles. A lot of mock drafts have the Eagles taking him right now. And whatever team he goes to, they're going to be lucky to have him because he could run any route on the route tree. You could throw screen passes to him, jet sweeps to him. He could turn small yards into big chunk yards. He's just that good. You leave a couple feet away from him, he will run to the house, and that's just the way it is. Garrett Wilson is freaky. He's a freakish athlete. He's really twitchy, and he's hungry. I like his attitude too, because you got to check the personality of some of these guys, and he's got a hungry attitude, and he doesn't give up that easily. So very excited for Garrett Wilson and what he's going to bring to the table as well. Now, Treylon Burks only ran a 4.5, so I think there's more to Treylon Burks than there is like a 4.5. I don't even care about it that much because I just think when it's game time, and look, at the end of the day, like with these, some guys are nervous in the combine. Some guys don't do well in the combine. They're just not prepared, or they just don't do well. It just happens. There's Pro Bowlers out there that become good. There's guys out there that become Pro Bowlers, good football players that had bad combines and become good players in the NFL. Treylon Burks he's got A+ route running. Okay, because I think it's going to complement his speed and what he could do. At this point, I think definitely a top 3 receiver in this draft coming out. So we'll see what happens. But I'm really pumped about Treylon Burks. Like I said, Garrett Wilson, I like those two guys right there are definitely top 2 on my list as of right now when it comes down to it. So I'm really excited what Treylon Burks and where he's going to go. So could be a top 15 pick in this draft this year. I wouldn't doubt it. So definitely. And then Chris Olave is definitely, sorry, that picture is way too big. I don't know why. Chris Olave is definitely interesting. I mean, obviously the counterpart to Garrett Wilson on Ohio State. Now I want to go over Chris Olave and obviously his Ohio State, breaking records for Ohio State, being top players in yardage and receiving yards. So Chris Olave, interesting. So he has the most touchdowns with 35, third most receptions with 176, and fifth most receiving yards. Okay. Now, he did run what did he run? He run a 4.26. So a little bit more speed with him. And I'm telling you, like, he gets open space, he's gone. I mean, he is gone. I've seen him on screen passes. I've seen him on just going downfield on post corners, shallow cross. This guy gets this much space, and you're 2 feet behind him. You're not catching Chris Olave. You're not. Freakish athlete, strong, natural hands. He did really good in the gauntlet. Looked really good. So I mean, Chris Olave is definitely, has one of the top speeds in this draft, in this combine for the testing. But on top of it, you're going to get a player that you can line up at the X, Y, and Z spots because, I think you can line him up almost anywhere, be an intermediate receiver, and just have him, just pull the trigger and have him be explosive. I think that's what you could do with him because I'd put him in the slot. I'd put him on the outside. I'd do a lot with him at this point. So Chris Olave is going to have, could be another top, a top 20 pick this year, top 15 pick. He can go depending on the needs. Like I said, all the needs are just regardless of where these receivers are going to be. It just depends on just needs in this draft. You have Taekwon Thornton from Baylor. I'm not a big fan of getting receivers from Baylor. I forgot what receiver went to the Browns. I really wasn't a big fan of when he went to the Browns, and I'm just not big on deep threats going from Baylor at all. I'm just not in the wide receiver class as well. Yeah, he ran the highest. Testing as of right now, and that was a 4.21. Then he did a 4.28. So I mean, that's really quick. We'll see what happens, but I don't know where this guy is going to land. I don't. I mean, his catching is okay. It didn't look like. It didn't his gauntlet catching. It didn't seem like it looked as smooth as it did with Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. Some of these guys. So I don't know what. It's kind of a big question mark to me where Taekwon Thornton is going to land in this draft. So we'll see. So I'm really happy about this wide receiver class. I am. Obviously, there's a lot more on this list. Guys that ran pretty good 40. So let me say right here real quick. So you had. You had Velus Jones Jr. from Tennessee, 4.31. Calvin Austin III from Memphis, which I think is going to be a nice second-round pick. I think Calvin Austin will be a good second-round pick at 4.32. Alec Pierce from Cincinnati, 4.33. Danny Gray from SMU, 4.33. Christian Watson, you have 4.35 from North Dakota. You have Garrett Wilson, obviously we talked about. Chris Olave, we talked about. Sky Moore, from Western Michigan, 4.41. So there's a lot of good speed wide receivers. It depends on, you got to complement your speed with, your route running and your explosiveness, because if you don't have a lot of speed, or if you can only run a vertical, it doesn't show much. It doesn't mean much. It just shows potentially how fast you could run, but it all depends on turning your head, getting these catches, and, just running good routes. So, I mean, it all comes together at the end of the day. But a lot of guys I liked. I mean, I think Jalen Dotson is one of my new favorites. Chris Olave has definitely been one of the top guys already, paired with Garrett Wilson. I think both of them are going to get drafted really well. But to see where Jalen Dotson is, I'm actually really excited about him and where he's going to land. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about just the receivers in general. Who's your favorite receiver? Who would you draft? Do you think Eagles go wide receiver in the first round or the second round? You guys let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys later. SHAKESQUAD up, follow. So peace out, guys. Peace.